Sarawak sekarang hendak mengeluarkan hidrogen daripada air. Dan molekul hidrogen dan oksigen ini mesti dipecahkan. Dan satu proses sains. Maka kalau kita nak menyumbang ke arah mitigation of carbon dan replacement of fossil fuel, mau tak mau kita mesti ada kekuatan dalam ilmu sains. Sebab itulah bagi Sarawak kita ada program dual language.
What is important here is we have dual languages, that is our national language, based on our national syllabus, and English as another assessment based on international syllabus prepared by Cambridge. This is to ensure that our students are well versed in both Bahasa Malaysia as well as command of good English, so that they can be sent to universities.
Is providing expertise to ensure our standards are on par with international benchmarks. This collaborative effort will allow the first standardized assessment for DLP Sarawak at Primary 6 to be carried out in 2025, covering science, mathematics, and English subjects. I call upon all stakeholders, including teachers, parents, and the community at large, to support this initiative in order to ensure its success and elevate the quality of education in Sarawak.
Helpful and easier to understand.
I have been taking science and mathematics under the dual language program, which means these subjects are taught in English. This experience has greatly enhanced my command of English vocabulary, especially in scientific and mathematical terms, and has built my confidence when reading textbooks or watching educational videos in English.
Furthermore, this webinar also helped me to strengthen up my English language, as I am still learning to talk in English. Thanks to MAITD and Pertubuhan Aspirasi Guru Sarawak for organizing this webinar.
Webinar ini sangat membantulah, memberi lebih kefahaman kepada murid dalam mengambil nota untuk tajuk-tajuk yang mungkin sukar bagi mereka, dan ada teknik menjawab soalan kebat, soalan yang biasa dan soalan kebat.
Webinar DLP Sarawak 2025 merupakan sebuah program yang sangat bermanfaat dan sangat memberi impak yang positif kepada kepribadian anak-anak murid, khususnya untuk ujian yang bakal diduduki, iaitu UPDLP Sarawak untuk anak-anak Sarawak. Saya dengan ini rasa sangat bersyukur dan juga rasa bertuah kerana Kerajaan Negeri Sarawak telah berusaha untuk menjadikan program ini satu mekanisme dan satu kayu ukur yang utama untuk kita melihat kepada kejayaan anak-anak murid kita dalam PPDN.
Assalamualaikum and good evening. Welcome to DLP Webinar 2025, Series 19, organized by the Sarawak Teachers Aspiration Organization, PAGS, in collaboration with the Sarawak Excellent Teachers Council, MGCSar. This webinar support will implement of the Dual Language Program Assessment UPDLP Sarawak. Tonight's topic is Answering Technique English Part 3. We are honored to have with us teachers AMALINA HASBI, and excellent teachers who will share answering technique, strategies, and question analysis to help year 6 pupils prepare for the UPDLP. This online session will be held from 8:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. stream live on Facebook and YouTube. Sebelum kita memulakan sesi malam ini, izinkan saya memperkenalkan panel kita pada malam ini. Beliau ialah Cikgu AMALINA HASBI, seorang guru cemerlang bahasa Inggeris yang berpengalaman luas dalam pengajaran dan pembelajaran bahasa Inggeris di peringkat sekolah rendah. Beliau juga merupakan individu yang aktif menyampaikan ceramah dan bengkel berkaitan teknik menjawab soalan bahasa Inggeris. Kami amat berbesar hati menerima kehadiran Cikgu AMALINA malam ini untuk berkongsi ilmu dan panduan yang sangat berguna kepada semua peserta. Tanpa melengahkan masa, saya menjemput Cikgu AMALINA HASBI untuk menyampaikan perkongsian beliau yang bertajuk Answering Technique English Part 3. Dipersilakan Cikgu.
Okay, Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. Thank you Cikgu Farid for the introduction just now. Hi, nice to see you again. I'm Cikgu AMALINA from SK to EMAN Nyabur. Alright, your teachers for webinar tonight. Hi, nice to see you again. In the previous session, we have already covered or we have already learned some tips to answer part 1 and 2. Okay, so therefore, tonight I'll be focusing on part 3. Hold on. All right, can you see my slide?
Boleh Cikgu.
All right. Okay, before we move on, let's look at the format here. Okay, before we begin, there is something that I would like to clarify here. Okay, there are teachers, parents, and even students who texted me and asked, am I going to cover or am I going to have more sessions until part 7? Okay, that's why I would like to clarify here. For your information, part 6 and 7 have been covered by Cikgu Delina and Cikgu Tesi in the previous webinar. So you can check the videos out and watch the videos on the official YouTube or Facebook. Okay, so I hope I made myself clear because in the previous webinar, I have covered part 1 and part 2, right? So for tonight, I'll be teaching you on how to answer the questions for part 3. Okay, as you can see here, the number of questions are 5 and the marks are also 5. So you need to score this part, all right? Here is how it looks like part 3. There are 5 questions only, questions 10 to 14, okay, 5 marks. And then the instruction here is read the text carefully in each question. For each question, choose the correct answer A, B, or C. Okay, the 3 options here are A, B, or C. Then mark the correct answer A, B, or C on your answer sheet. Okay. When you answer your questions later, make sure you mark the correct answer on your answer sheet. Okay, if you need to change your answer, please erase it neatly. Please erase it neatly so that on your answer sheet, there won't be two answers for one question. Okay, bear that in mind. All right, here we go. Here is how it looks like for part 3. Do you still remember in part 1 and part 2? I have already reminded you to answer your question using the ROX, right? The Squid Game. Still remember the ROX. R for read, circle, and then you can underline. Last one, you can also cross out the answers. Okay, it is the same with part 3. You can use the same tips, the same technique to answer this part. All right. So a text will be given to you like this one. This is the example only. You should read the whole text. Okay, do not skim through the text. Read it word by word. Start from the title here until the last word here. Okay, read the whole text. And then the second technique or the second tips that you should do, read the question and the options given. Read the question and all the options given here. Okay, and then the third one, you can also cross out irrelevant answers. Okay, irrelevant answers, you can put a cross here, you can put an X here. Number 4, in a sequence. Okay, what does it mean by in a sequence? Normally, the question is like this. It goes like this. Okay, it will not be jumbled up. It will not be jumbled up. For example, question 10, the answers are here. No. Okay, 11 here. It goes in a sequence from here until here. Okay. Except for question 14. Sometimes question 14 is the conclusion for the whole text. Okay, the conclusion for the whole text. That's what we are going to look at tonight. Okay, and then the fifth one, look for the answers in the text. The answers may be direct or may be indirect. They can use words with similar meanings. Okay, you can look for the synonyms. For example, the words, we are going to have a meal. Okay, maybe we are going, in the question, it will be changed to we are going to have a dinner. Okay, so words with similar meanings. 6, circle the keywords. Yes, as usual. I always remind the students to circle the keywords, or you can also underline the main points that you can find in the text. Okay. 7, look out for words like except and including. Okay, except and including, they always come out in the exam paper. Except and including. I hope by now you already understand what is the meaning of except and including. Except, kecuali, including, termasuk. Okay, remember that? Except, kecuali, including, termasuk. Okay. So here's the first question. Actually, this morning, I have already uploaded the questions to the Telegram group. So by now, some of you have attempted to answer, I hope. Some of you have already attempted to answer the questions. And maybe it's better for you to print out the answers, yeah? Okay, let's look at the first exercise here. Let's start with something easy, all right? Let's read this together. The first step to a healthy lifestyle is to have a balanced diet. We should eat more fruit and vegetables. They provide us with vitamins. Fish, meat, and chicken are also good. We must also exercise regularly. Exercising increases our stamina and improves our health. Our body will become stronger too. We need 8 hours of sleep every night. If not, we might easily fall sick. So, we should never go to bed late. Lastly, we must avoid eating junk food like sweets and crisps. We must also remember to drink 8 glasses of water every day. Okay, so here's the first question here. What is the first step to a healthy lifestyle? Okay, so you can underline here. What is the first step to a healthy lifestyle? Remember, for the first question, normally you can find the answers in the first paragraph here. Okay, so try to read again in the text and you can underline. Once you find the answer, please underline. All right, do not leave your paper clean. Please underline. The first step to a healthy lifestyle is to have a balanced diet. So which one is the answer? A, B, or C? Yes, the answer is A. Okay, the answer is A. We'll not circle the answer here so that you can use this slide for your practice later, okay, for your revision later. So the first step to a healthy lifestyle is to have a balanced diet. The answer is A. Very easy. It's very direct. Okay. Next one, 11. Okay. Why should we eat more fruit and vegetables? Why should we eat more fruit and vegetables? Okay, if you look here, we should eat more fruit and vegetables. The answer, is it here? No, right? Okay, continue reading. They provide us with vitamins. They provide us with vitamins. So the answer is A again. Okay, provide vitamins. Right? So it is considered easy. 12. How can we increase our stamina and improve our health? How can we increase our stamina and improve our health? Okay, try to find in the text. Okay, as you can see here, increase our stamina and improves our health. So the answer is exercising. Okay, exercising. The answer is C, exercise. That's why I asked you to read the whole text. Okay, do not simply see here, oh, balanced diet. Balanced diet is the same. So you answer B. Okay, do not do that. Please read the whole text and then read the question carefully. Okay. 13. How many hours of sleep do we need? How many hours of sleep do we need? Okay. 5 seconds. Can you see the answer here? We need 8 hours of sleep every night. Okay, very easy, very simple. So the answer is 8. Okay, A, 8. Next one. What should we avoid eating? Okay, what should we avoid eating? So lastly, we must avoid eating junk food like sweets and crisps. Okay, if you're trying to find sweets and crisps, there are no answers here. Read again. Okay, eating junk food. So the answer is B, junk food. Okay, the reason why I put this text here is for me to introduce to year 4 students so that they can see where to find the answers and how to find the answers in the text. All right, that's why I choose this text to introduce to the year 4 students. Okay, let's go to exercise 2. Okay, it's about Karim's story. Okay, if you look at the text here, I underlined this word because there is a grammar mistake here. It should be COOKED, cooked. Okay, Okay, let's read together. Start from here. Karim's story. Okay. Karim is a 12 years old boy from Kuala Lumpur who likes to cook. He starts helping his mother in the kitchen when he was only 9 years old. At that time, he made simple dish like fried egg. A year later, he cooked chicken rice. After some practices, he now can bake macaroni and cheese. Last week, after he had finished his homework, he watched Gordon Ramsay and Chef Juan videos on how to make new chicken dishes on YouTube. These two are his favorite cooks from California and Kuala Lumpur. As he was watching the videos, he saw a pop-up advertisement to find a cook to make lunch for the poor in Happiness Kitchen near to his area. Karim was happy to be a part of the team. Miss Chong, head of the kitchen, showed him the place and other cooks who made the meals together. On that day, they cooked fish curry, mixed vegetables with white rice. He was excited as he had done a good thing. He hoped that one day he will be a nice and kind chef. Okay, so let's look at question 10. How old is Karim when he can cook macaroni and cheese? Okay, so the keyword here is when he can cook macaroni and cheese. Very specific. When he can cook macaroni and cheese. Okay, let's look again. He starts helping his mother in the kitchen when he was only 9 years old. Is it this one? A, the answer? 9 years old? No. Okay, this is not the answer. A is not the answer. Okay. At that time, he made simple dish like fried egg. But the question asks you macaroni and cheese. Okay, look again. A year later, he cooked chicken rice. After some practices, he now can bake macaroni and cheese. Okay, so the keyword here is a year later. So a year later, the answer should be, so the answer should be B, 10 years old. Okay, that's why the teachers always ask you to read carefully. Okay, don't simply answer this. 9 years old, read again. At that time, he made simple dish like fried egg. A year later, okay, a year later. So the answer is B, 10 years old. Okay, next one. Okay, this question is a bit tricky. Where is Happiness Kitchen? Where is Happiness Kitchen? A, Johor Bahru. B, California. C, Kuala Lumpur. Okay, A, B, or C? Where can you find the answer? Okay, you can see here, Happiness Kitchen. And then one of the places in the text is Kuala Lumpur. What about California? Okay, is California the answer? A, B, and C. Which one that we can cross out? Johor Bahru, right? Okay, cross out. Put an X here. Johor Bahru, out. Okay, now B and C. California or Kuala Lumpur. Okay, so a boy from Kuala Lumpur, and if you read here, as he was watching the videos, he saw a pop-up advertisement to find a cook to make lunch for the poor in Happiness Kitchen near to his area. Okay, near to his area. Near to his area means which area Karim is at? Kuala Lumpur. So the answer should be C. Okay, C. The answer should be C, not California. I hope you got it correct. All right. Move on to the next one. 12. Who did he meet in the Happiness Kitchen? A, Chef Juan. B, Miss Chong. Or C, he met Gordon Ramsay. Okay. So read again. Who did he meet? Karim was happy to be a part of the team. Miss Chong, head of the kitchen, showed him the place and other cooks who made the meals together. See here, the question is not using the same word. Okay, the word here is meet, but in the text here, the word with the similar meaning showed him the place and other cooks. When Miss Chong showed him the place, meaning that he met Miss Chong. Okay, he met Miss Chong. So the answer should be B, Miss Chong, not Chef Juan or Gordon Ramsay. All right. Next one. 13. What time does Karim go to cook in Happiness Kitchen? Okay, what time does Karim go to cook in Happiness Kitchen? Okay, AM means in the morning, right? PM in the afternoon and in the evening. Okay, so look and read carefully. AM, PM. Do not be confused with this one. AM and PM. Okay, so what time does Karim go to cook? Here. Can you see the clue here? To make lunch. Remember our previous webinar? I already told you lunch is usually at noon, right? At noon or in the afternoon. So to make lunch, which one shows you something which can show you that the meal is made in the afternoon or at noon? 12 a.m., 11 p.m., or 10 a.m.? Okay, so here's the clue that you can see here. Remember, 12 a.m., yeah? 12 a.m. is midnight. Okay, 12 a.m. is midnight. Is it possible for you to make lunch at midnight? Of course not. Okay, so C is incorrect. Okay, C is incorrect. 12 a.m. is midnight. Tengah malam. Okay, midnight, 12 a.m. Okay, and then we go to the next one. 11 p.m. 11 p.m. is right here. In the evening. Is it something related to lunch? Okay, are you having your lunch at 11 p.m.? No. Okay, so the answer for B is incorrect. Okay, B is 11 p.m. is wrong. Now you go and check A, 10 a.m. 10 a.m. is right here. Okay, right before 12 p.m. So the answer is A. Okay, A, to make lunch. 10 a.m. Okay, this maybe this question is a bit confusing. So read carefully. This one, you should look at this one, AM and PM. Do not be confused anymore. Okay, do not be confused. 12 a.m. is midnight. Okay, let's go to the next one. 14. What does Karim wants to be when he grows up? Okay, this one is quite direct. As you can see here, the answers can be found here. All right, he will be a nice and kind chef. Okay, A. So the answer is A. Next one. Okay, if I'm going a bit faster, please let me know because I am trying to show you as many exercises as possible. Okay, so exercise 3 here. Let's read together. When an entire species or type of animal dies out, that species is extinct. Once a species becomes extinct, it is gone forever. The most common cause of extinction is a sudden serious change in a species' habitat. A habitat is the place where animals live. When their homes are destroyed, they may not find food to eat and a shelter to protect themselves, and they will die. Many things can change a species' habitat. Floods, fires, and volcanoes may be the causes. People also cleared forests, built cities, and caused pollutions which destroyed the animals' shelter. People can cause extinctions more directly as well. The passenger pigeon and Tasmanian wolf were hunted to extinction. The mammal and dodo lost their homes when humans destroyed their habitats. The dodo was also attacked by other animals that Europeans brought with them. Okay, I give you 1 minute or maybe 30 seconds to skim and read through the text again. Look at question 10. Okay, and try to find the answer. All right, 30 seconds to go. Are you done? Okay, so let's look at the answer. When a type of animal is extinct, okay, this is the clue. When a type of animal is extinct, what happened? Okay, what happened? See, the answers are all in the text, so don't worry. The answers are all here. See, once a species becomes extinct, it is gone forever. Same sentence, same words are used. So the answer is A. It is gone forever. All right, so 11. All these animals are extinct except, remember what I told you just now? Except. Except means kecuali. Okay, so try to find the clues in the text. Except the passenger pigeon. Okay, and then what animals can you see? Tasmanian wolf, and then memo and dodo. So which one is the correct answer here? Except dodo is here. Tasmanian wolves is here. So except, kecuali, which one is not in the text? Okay, so A, rock pigeons. Okay, rock pigeons, it is not in the text. Okay, the text here is the passenger pigeon. All right, so A is the answer. Okay, next one. What happens when an animal habitat is destroyed? Okay, what happens? So look at A. The animals will move away. B. The animals cannot find food and shelter. C. The animals are attacked. Okay, so where can you find the answers? It's here. See, when their homes are destroyed. But in the question, the words are changed to animal habitat, but they carry the same meaning, similar meaning. Okay, animal habitat. Of course, it is the animals' homes. Okay, so when their homes are destroyed, they may not find food to eat and a shelter to protect themselves. So which one is the answer here? A, B, or C? Okay. Usually, when you cannot find the same words here, please try to find the similar words with similar meanings. Okay, words with similar meanings. For example, here, animal habitat, but in the text, their homes. Okay, A, B, or C? The answer is B. Okay, got it? The answer is B. Okay, next one. 13. How did the dodo become extinct? How did the dodo, very specific here, how did the dodo, okay? Not the passenger pigeon, not the Tasmanian wolf, it's the dodo. Okay, so you can find here, underline the sentences here. The Memo and Dodo lost their homes when humans destroyed their habitats. So sorry for the noise. Okay. The Memo and Dodo lost their homes when humans destroyed their habitats. The dodo was also attacked by other animals. So A volcano killed all the dodos. Any volcano here? No, right? Okay, A is incorrect. B, all the dodos died in a flood. Okay, but the flood is here. It's not related to the dodo. B is wrong. Okay, let's check C. The dodos were attacked by other animals that Europeans brought. Same, right? The dodo was also attacked by other animals that Europeans brought with them. Okay, the answer is C. All right. 14, the last question for this text. Okay, as you can see here, we can find except again in the question, except, kecuali. Okay, all these are causes of extinction except causes, factors, penyebab, causes. All these are causes of extinction except. Okay, remember what I told you, question 14 usually is trying to conclude the whole text here. So you need to find the answers, start from here until the last word here. Okay, so the causes, try to underline all the causes in the text. Okay, causes here, homes are destroyed. Okay, and then what else? Floods, fires, and volcanoes. Okay, maybe the causes. What else? People also cleared forest, built cities, and caused pollutions. Okay. Can we find any other causes in the text here? Were hunted to extinction. Okay. Were hunted to extinction. Okay, so let's check this out one by one. C. People keep the animals in zoos and conservation center. Does that contribute to extinction? Okay, if you're not sure, leave it first. Go to B. People hunt for the animals. Of course, here were hunted to extinction. So B is wrong. Okay, A. People cleared forest, built cities, and caused pollutions which destroyed the animals' shelter. Yes, these are the causes. This one is also one of the causes. So the answer is C. Okay, because except, kecuali. Okay, which one does not contribute to extinction? Okay, am I clear? Okay, I hope I made myself clear. C is the answer. All right. Next one, exercise 4. Okay, this one is a bit easy. It's quite direct and straightforward for you. Okay, I hope you can skim through, you read through, start from here until the word here, tongue. 20 seconds to go. Read this. All right, shall we read together? The gecko is a very unique and colorful lizard. It can be found in many habitats, usually in warm climates. The gecko is an omnivore. It likes to feed on fruits and insects. The gecko makes noises such as chirping, barking, and clicking when it feels threatened or to attract its mate. Besides that, its tail has special features that help it to balance its weight as they climb branches and to store fat. The tail also helps it to camouflage itself. If a predator attacks, the gecko will shed off its tail. Most geckos are nocturnal, which means they are active at night. A female gecko lays its eggs in leaves and barks. One interesting fact is that most geckos do not have movable eyelids. They keep their eyelids clean by licking it with their tongue. Okay, so then where can we find geckos? Okay, where can we find geckos? Where? The question is asking you where. Okay, so it's here. You can find the answer here. Okay, so read from the first sentence here. So the answer is warm climates. Very easy. A, warm climates. Okay, next one, 11. What do geckos eat? What do geckos eat? Eat. Here. Okay, the word in the text is feed, but in the question, the word used is eat. It carries the same meaning, right? It carries the same meaning. Something to do with food. You are eating food. Okay, so the answer is it fruits only? A. Or is it insects only? Of course not. The answer is C. Fruits and insects. Okay. Let's go to the next one. When do geckos make noises? When do geckos make noises? Okay, the gecko makes noises such as chirping, barking, and clicking when it feels threatened. When it feels threatened, okay, it's not here. Okay, next one. Or to attract its mate. Or to attract its mate. So which one? A is wrong. When they are eating? Of course not. Okay, so the answer is B. When they want to attract its mate. Very simple. Okay, 13. This one, you should have gotten your answer correct. Okay, 13. When do geckos active? When do geckos active? Try to find the word active. Okay, throughout the text here. So most geckos are nocturnal, which means they are active at night. Active at night. So the answer is B, night. Okay. Last one for this text, question 14. How do gecko camouflage itself? How do gecko camouflage itself? Camouflage. Even if you don't know the meaning of camouflage, I think you can answer this one. Okay. The key is for you to read the text carefully and then try to find the words here, camouflage, or words with similar meaning. Okay, how do gecko camouflage itself? See? The words is here, right? Camouflage. So which one is helping the camouflage? The gecko? The tail. Okay, quite easy. C, using its tail. All right. For tonight, I'm trying to show you more questions. So I need to go a bit faster. Exercise 5. All right. 30 seconds for you to read and go through the text. I'm so sorry for the noise. I don't have my headphone with me tonight. I hope my voice is clear. Finish reading. right, can we start? This one is the text for exercise 5. We are already here, exercise 5. Okay, recycling. A text about recycling. Okay, recycling means turning rubbish into something new. Recycling helps the earth because we don't make so much rubbish. Many items can be recycled, including aluminum cans, glass bottles, newspapers, magazines, and plastics. Recycling does not have to be difficult. Here are some tips on how to recycle and make Earth a better place. First, don't buy the things you don't need. This way, you won't need to throw many things. Next, recycle as many cans, bottles, books, metal, aluminum, glass, newspapers, and electronics you can. Make sure you clean the cans and bottles before recycling them. Then, ask a grown-up to send them to the recycling center. Finally, you can also reuse the things that you have. Turn the plastic bottle into a pencil holder. An old pair of jeans can make a cool bag too. Let's all do our part to make Earth a better place. Okay, so question 10 here. Recycling means, it is asking you for a definition. Recycling means, okay. First sentence here. Please do not get this question wrong. The answer is in the first sentence here. So, is it A, buying new things? No, right? B, throwing rubbish? No. C, changing rubbish into something new. Okay, so the word in the text is turning rubbish, but in the answer, the word used is changing rubbish. It has similar meaning. Okay, so the answer is C. 11. We can recycle all this except. What does it mean? Except. Remember that? Except means not in the text. Something that is not in the text. Kecuali. Except. Okay, we can recycle all this. So underline first. Many items can be recycled, including aluminum cans, glass bottles, newspapers, magazines, and plastics. Okay, A, plastic bottles. Can we recycle that? Yes, plastics. Okay, next one, books. Can we recycle books? Yes, right? It falls under which one? Newspapers and magazine. Okay, C, food. Can you recycle food? Your food? Of course not. Okay, we are not going to recycle any foods. All right, next one. 12. What do you have to do before you recycle bottles or cans? What do you have to do before? Okay, the keyword here, before you recycle bottles or cans. Okay, try to read and go through the text here. Okay, next, recycle as many cans, bottles, books, metal, aluminum, glass, newspapers, and electronics you can. Make sure you clean the cans and bottles before recycling them. Okay, the question is asking you before. Only the sentence structure is changed, right? This one, before you recycle bottles or cans. But in the text here, before recycling them is put at the end of the sentence, but it is still the same. So the answer is A. Clean the bottles and cans. A. Correct? You got it correct? Okay, 13. We can turn an old pair of jeans into, oh, this one is very straightforward. We can turn an old pair of jeans into. Try to find this word, an old pair of jeans, in the text. Very clear. It's here. Okay, so underline. Don't just read. Please underline in the text. An old pair of jeans can make a cool bag too. Okay, the answer is B. All right. The last question for this text. They really like this word, right? Except. Okay, so 14. All these are ways to help the earth, except. All these are ways to help the earth, except. Kecuali. Which one? A, B, or C? This text is about recycling and then reuse. So, recycling and reuse, they are out. The answer is A, buying more things. Of course, when you buy more things, it is not going to help the earth. Okay? So reusing all things and recycling all things. Those are the ways that you can do to help the earth. All right. Let's go to exercise 6. It is 9:15 now. I have 15 minutes left. Okay, read the text first. I need you to read this yourself so that you can go through the text, read this word by word. Okay, before we answer the question together. Ten seconds. Don't worry, I'm going to share the slide so that you can do your own revision and you can read again. Okay, shall we start? Shall we continue with this one? It's a text about junk food, something that you love. Okay, junk food. Junk food is very harmful because it slowly destroys the health of our young children. The word itself gives an impression that it is not healthy and dangerous to our body. As it tastes so delicious, people become addicted to eating it on a daily basis. Advertisement on social media showing a mouth-watering junk foods do not spread the correct message to audience on the harmful effects of junk food. The problem is more serious than you think. Various studies show that junk food impacts our health negatively. They contain higher level of calories, fats, and sugar. On the contrary, they have very low amounts of healthy nutrients and lack dietary fibers. Okay, parents must discourage their children from consuming junk food because of the ill effects it has on one's health. The amount of calories your body requires to stay fit is not fulfilled by this food. For instance, the foods like French fries, burgers, candy, and cookies all have high amounts of sugar and fats. Therefore, this can result in long-term illness like diabetes and high blood pressure. This may also result in kidney failure. So it is important not to indulge in too much junk food because there are many long-term side effects. Okay, so question 10. Why are many people addicted to junk food? Why? What is the reason so many people are addicted to junk food? Okay. Can you see the answers here? It's in the text. As it tastes so delicious, people become addicted. Okay. So C, it tastes way tastier than regular healthy meals. Not sure? Leave it first. B, affordable price and easy access is what people like. Is the text talking about price here? No, right? So B is wrong. A, the amount of sugar, fat, and oil in them makes people gain weight and look healthy. This one is not answering the question why people are addicted to junk food. So the answer is C. Okay, it is more suitable. It tastes way tastier, but the word used in the text is delicious. It has similar meanings to tasty, tasty, delicious, yummy, scrumptious. Okay, those are synonyms. All right, so the answer is C. Okay, C. It tastes way tastier than regular healthy meals. That's why we love junk food. Okay, that's why we are addicted to junk food. Okay, next one. 11. Why do you think advertisements about junk food on social media look attractive? Okay, why do you think? See the word advertisement here? Advertisement on social media showing mouth-watering junk foods. Okay, so let's look at C. This is to make sure people lose focus on staying healthy. B, companies have a lot of funds and time to advertise them. Okay, to advertise them. So this one, companies have a lot of funds and time to advertise them. Lot of funds? Is it mentioned in the text? No, right? Okay. A, people will crave for them as they are curious to know how the food tastes. People will crave for them as they are curious to know how the food tastes. Of course, when the social media is showing you mouth-watering junk foods, that's why we crave for them as we are curious to know how the food tastes, right? So the answer is A. B and C, they are incorrect. Okay. Next one. 12. What is the role of the parents on junk food? What is the role of the parents on junk food? Okay, role here means tugas. Okay, tugas, tanggungjawab. What is the role of the parents on junk food? Okay, so let's look for the words parents in the text. It's right here. Parents must discourage their children from consuming junk food. Parents must discourage their children from consuming junk food. Okay, so which one is related to this sentence? A, B, or C? Okay, let's look at A. They should advise their children that junk food should be consumed at least 5 times a week. 5 times a week, quite often. B, they have to teach and discipline their children to eat only healthy food. Okay, is that the role of the parents? And then C, parents and their children must completely stop buying junk food. Okay, A is incorrect because they should advise their children that junk food should be consumed. The parents are asking their students, their kids, to eat more junk food. Okay, at least 5 times a week. So A is incorrect. A is wrong. Okay, B and C, which one is more suitable? Parents and their children must completely stop. But in the text here, must discourage. Okay, it does not touch on the word completely stop. Okay, must discourage, meaning that you have to advise your children, you have to teach and discipline them to eat only healthy food. Okay, so the answer is B. B is closer to this one. Okay, closer to this sentence. All right, 13. Where should awareness about eating junk food start from? Okay, this question is a bit indirect. Okay, a bit indirect because start from. What do you think? Where should awareness about eating junk food start from? Okay, does the text touch on the school's responsibility, or does it touch on the workplace? No, right? Okay, if you look here, parents. The word parents, it is mentioned in the text. It is stated here, parents. When parent is mentioned, meaning that it should start from home. Okay, it should start from home. Please get the meaning here, start from. Okay, parents must be related to home. The answer is B. Okay, 14. What is the result of eating junk food? Okay, what is the result of eating junk food? When you eat too much junk food, what will happen to you? Okay, so try to find in the text. See the word result here is the same. Okay, and the word result here also. Therefore, this can result in long-term illness like diabetes and high blood pressure. This may also result in kidney failure. So A, what is the result? Diabetes. Yes. Okay. Tick first. Headache. Is headache mentioned? No. Fever. Is fever in the text? No, right? Okay. So A is the answer. Right? We have now come to the last exercise. Exercise 7. Exercise 7. Here. Okay, here we go. Here is a text. It's about forest walk. Maybe we can read together so we can save time. We are running out of time already. Okay, forest walk. Mr. Tan and his friends organize forest walk for people who like outdoor activities. Each walk takes about 5 hours. The 3-part hike starts as early as 7 a.m. and ends at noon. Okay, if you see the word here, 7 a.m. means in the morning, right? So it starts in the morning and ends at noon. Okay, at noon means 12 p.m. Okay, hikers are able to see many types of trees and plants, beautiful flowers, insects, and birds during the walk. The hikers will be divided into groups. There will be 5 hikers and 1 guide in each group. The guides will make sure that the hikers are safe during the walk. Okay, meaning that in this group, how many will be in the group? 5 hikers and 1 guide. Okay, 1 guide. The first part starts after breakfast. The hikers walk along a river until they reach a lake. They can have a picnic by the lake or play in the clear water. Hikers should bring along snacks and drinking water in case they get hungry and thirsty. The second part is climbing up a hill which is not too far from the lake. The hikers can see lots of birds on the trees in this area. The hikers need to be quiet or the birds may fly away. Finally, the hikers will visit an Orang Asli village. They can try Orang Asli food or take photos of themselves wearing Orang Asli clothes. The forest walk ends with the hikers leaving the village. Okay, so question 10 here. Hikers may get hurt if they don't follow instructions given by. Okay, logically, if you think about instructions, hikers may get hurt if they don't follow instructions. Don't follow instructions if you go hiking. See the clues here? There will be 5 hikers and 1 guide. So the guide will be the one who is guiding the group. Okay, so the answer is A, the guides. Okay, the guides will be giving instructions to the 5 hikers. So you may get hurt if you don't follow instructions given by not their parents, not the other hikers. The answer is A, the guides. Okay. Next one, 11. Visitors can have a meal. Visitors can have a meal. Okay, the word used here is a meal. So if you are trying to find a meal in the text, it is not in the text. Meal. Okay, so what should we do? Try to find something similar, something close to the word meal here. They can have, okay, the first part starts after breakfast. Yes, something to do with the meal. The hikers walk along a river until they reach a lake. They can have a picnic. When you have your picnic, of course you are going to have your meal, right? Okay, so by the lake. By the lake. When I gave this question to my student, they see the word river here and then they straight away answer this one, A, by the river. But that is incorrect, okay? You need to read the sentences again. The hikers walk along a river until they reach a lake. Okay, well, once they are at the lake, they can have a picnic, okay, by the lake. So the answer is B. Okay, the answer is B. 12. People who like watching birds will enjoy. Okay, the keywords here is watching birds. As you can see in the text, the hikers can see lots of birds on the trees in this area. The hikers need to be quiet. No answers here, so read the sentence before this one. The second part is climbing up a hill which is not too far from the lake. Here's the answer. Okay, climbing up a hill which is not too far from the lake. So when you want to watch the birds, you can climbing up the hill. The answer is C. Okay, two more questions. Question 13. Mr. Tan organized forest walks so that people can. Okay, why does Mr. Tan organize forest walk? Be guides to hikers. They want to be the guides? No. Enjoy doing their hobby, or when they organize forest walk, they can plant trees and flowers in the forest? Where can you find the answer? It's here. For people who like outdoor activities, okay? Although the word the words used here are for people who like outdoor activities. It's the same with this one. B, enjoy doing their hobby. Okay, so this is the answer. B, enjoy doing their hobby. All right, we have come to the last one, the last question. I hope you are still there with me. Okay, 14. From the text, we know that, okay, the question is trying to conclude the whole text here. From the text, we know that. Okay, what do you know from the text? So check one by one, okay? The hikers move about in small groups. Is this true or false? The hikers move about in small groups. Okay, and then birds may fly away when it is quiet. Each hike takes a whole day. Okay, so the 3-part hike starts as early as 7 a.m. and ends at noon. It ends at noon. So C, each hike takes a whole day, is incorrect. Okay, C is incorrect because the hike ends at noon, at 12 p.m. Okay, B, birds may fly away when it is quiet. Birds may fly away when it is quiet. Of course not. Okay, when it is quiet, the birds will not fly away. Okay, so A, the hikers move about in small groups. Okay, can you see the words here? Into groups, there will be 5 hikers. Yes, A, the hikers move about in small groups. Okay, so this is the answer, A. Okay, we have come to the end of our session for tonight. Okay, are there any questions? Um, Cikgu Farid, do you see any questions popping up in the comments?
Untuk setakat ni belum ada cikgu.
Alright.
Kita tengok dulu ah.
Okay. Maybe 1 minute to go through the comments.
Okey, kita boleh bagi masa dalam 2 ataupun 3 minit. Tengok dahulu kalau ada persoalan. Okey, anak-anak murid kalau ada persoalan, ada soalan boleh tanya dekat Cikgu Amalina. Ini peluang dan ruang untuk bertanya. Boleh komen, boleh kongsikan soalan anda di ruangan komen.
Okay. If there are no questions, I think everything is clear, right?
Ya.
Okay.
Saya rasa tak ada soalan cikgu.
Okay, very good. So I think that's all for tonight. I hope to see you in the next session in which I'll be covering part 4. Okay, I wish you all the best. All right.
Okey, terima kasih. Okey, terima kasih kepada Cikgu Amalina atas perkongsian yang sangat menarik dan padat sebentar tadi. Dengan berakhirnya perkongsian yang sangat bermanfaat ini, saya mewakili pihak penganjur mengucapkan ribuan terima kasih kepada Cikgu Amalina HASBI atas perkongsian ilmu yang sangat bermakna. Terima kasih juga kepada semua peserta yang mengikuti webinar ini sehingga akhir sesi. Baik, jangan lupa isi kehadiran boleh rujuk di pautan pada ruang pada Telegram UPDLP, webinar UPDLP ataupun scan QR yang sedang dipaparkan. Okey, lepas tu boleh isi maklumat dan kod hari ini adalah English Siri 19. Okey, terima kasih juga kepada semua peserta. Sekali lagi, semoga segala perkongsian hari ini dapat dimanfaatkan sepenuhnya dalam menghadapi ujian penilaian DLP. Baik, jangan lupa mengikuti webinar kami seterusnya melalui pautan rasmi di Telegram dan bio link. Sekian, terima kasih dan selamat maju jaya. Terima kasih banyak cikgu.
Yes, good night everyone.
Cikgu Amalina. Cikgu Amalina.
Apa cikgu?
Ada request daripada Lawas. Dia nak cikgu buka kamera sebab mereka nak bergambar dengan Cikgu Amalina. Nanti saya pinkan cikgu punya kamera.
Okay, alright.
Okey, sekejap .
Dia masih live?
Okey, Cikgu Nazmi. Boleh? Okey, dalam 10 saat. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okey, terima kasih cikgu.
Okay, thank you Cikgu Farid.
Okey, sama-sama. Jumpa lagi.
Jumpa lagi.